Students, let's begin with the third chapter from your economics book of grade 9, and the name of the chapter is An Economy, its sectors, basic concepts and entities. So basically in this video we'll try to understand different sectors of economy. In your book it's already mentioned that whenever we are talking about the sectors, we often refer to the industrial sector, textile sector, agricultural sector, banking sector, information sector and many more like government sector, private sector, so many sectors are there. But here we are going to understand three sectors which are broadly divided in terms of economy. So first you can see in the diagram they are saying about the primary sector. Next we are having the secondary sector and next we are having tertiary sector. So we are going to start primary sector. Primary means the first one. This is considered at the first level. The sector that is concerned with the land-based or primary resource-based activities is considered as primary sector. For example, agriculture, you can say forest, fishery, mining. That means the activities which are related with the nature and the natural resources. The things we are getting from the nature or we are cultivating and then we are getting it. Okay, these are the agricultural things. These are the primary sector. So in primary sector, you can say this is the primary activity or the very first activity. For that it is called as the primary sector. And this sector you can say is leading to quantitative change in commodities. Quantitative means quantity is increasing. Okay, suppose we are using 2 kilos of seed in order to get 10 kilos of rice. So as we are using the quantity is increasing. Okay, the quantity of seeds, as we are increasing the quantity of seeds used, the quantity we are getting in return is also increasing. So basically what are the features here? First of all, this sector includes land based or primary resource based activities. The activities like agriculture or taking out the minerals and taking the natural resources. When the sectors or the activities which are involved using the natural resources, these are the primary sector. Next feature is this sector is leading to quantitative changes. The quantity of the products are increasing or decreasing, so it is changing the quantity. Next is these activities involve the extraction and collection of raw materials from the earth. Extraction and collection, this means we are collecting the raw materials. We are digging the earth and we are collecting the raw materials, right? And extracting means they are saying in terms of fuels. We are extracting the fuels. Next, these activities are related to agriculture, forestry, as I have told you, fishing, mining, all these are getting involved here. And lastly, the fifth point is explaining that this sector is very important regarding our national output. The contribution of this sector is high in the national output. Next we are having secondary sector. Secondary sector, from the term itself you can understand it is coming second. So the products whatever we are getting from the primary sector, few products are coming to the secondary sector and those are getting modified and those are getting manufactured. Like for example we can take like the sugar cane. The sugar cane is cultivated by a farmer in a field. So that is a primary activity, or you can say that is a primary sector work. And next the sugar cane is sold to a maybe a industrialist. That industrialist is buying it, bringing it the sugar cane to his industry and making sugar. He is manufacturing sugar there. So this is the activity of a secondary sector. The secondary sector involves the secondary activities or industrial activities which normally evolve after the initiative of primary activities in consider to the secondary sector. Okay, so as you can say there are, if the crude oil is being extracted from the underneath the earth, that is we are getting the crude oil. So this crude oil, taking out the crude oil is the primary activity. and when it is brought to the refinery and different kind of like it is getting refined, and then petrol, diesel, all these are being made, that is a secondary activity. So first the primary activity will be done, and then the secondary sector will try to modify it. Okay, they will add something, they will transform it into a usable position. The primary sector is only giving us the raw materials, and the secondary is manufacturing something new out of it. So from this we can say the qualitative change of the commodity can be found. The quality is changing. Okay, so what are the basic features of this secondary sector? First of all, it is a secondary activity, or it is an industrial activity. Next, the transformation of the raw materials into several goods or usable goods, we can say. And thirdly, they are saying the activities result to qualitative change. Primary was quantitative, this is qualitative. Number 4 is the contribution of the sector is high in national output, much more higher than the primary sector. Okay, they contribute more. Next, we are having tertiary sector in your book, and this tertiary means the third sector. Okay, tertiary means the third sector. These activities are ranked as third. And let us see how does this tertiary sector work. A large number of economic agents are also engaged in such activities which do not produce any real goods and services. But services. So for example, we can say transport, communication. So this tertiary sector is not producing any good, any commodity, any tangible good. Okay, they are not producing anything, they are just providing us with services. For example, banks, they are not making anything, they are not manufacturing any good for selling purpose, but they are giving us service. So we can say tertiary sector is the sector which provides us with services. This is the third sector. Okay, what are the basic features? This sector involves service activities such as banking, telecom services, port services, health, education services, right? All these are services. Next is this sector is connected with providing support services to the primary and secondary sector. So when the secondary sector is manufacturing something, that has to get supplied, or you can say that has to get transported from one place to another. This is done by this sector. Or suppose you can say a new product when it's getting launched, the advertisements also have to be done so that people can get aware or come to know about the new product which is launched in the market. So that is only possible with the help of this tertiary sector. So tertiary sector is acting as a support to the primary sector and to the secondary sector. They are providing services to both the sectors so that they can run smoothly. Number 3 is this sector does not produce any real or tangible good. I have told you, they are not producing, they are not making any good or commodity. They are just providing us services. Number 4, this sector helps in creating the utility of consumption of several services. And the last one is this is the ultimate or higher stage of economic development of a country is characterized by the prominent service of the tertiary sector. So tertiary sector development is also very essential for a developed country or a developing country. This is also very much needed. So we can say this is also a kind of division of labor or in the society with primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. As we are dividing the services, and this is causing division of labor in the society. Next, you are having the differences between primary sector and secondary sector. The points I have told you already, that the primary sector is a land based, whereas the secondary is manufacturing activities. In primary sector we are having works like agriculture, forest, and in secondary we are having manufacturing, construction, electricity, all these kind of things are coming. In the primary we are having quantitative change, in secondary we are having qualitative change. So like this you have to just make few points already those points I have discussed with you. So please go through your chapter. Hopefully you understood the chapter. Thank you.